Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar hosted by Better Business Bureau serving the Northwest. My name is Jade Garcia, and I'm the PR coordinator at the local Better Business Bureau. Today, we have the opportunity to hear from Gene Marks, owner and operator of the Marks Group PC. We will have a Q&A section at the end with Gene, so please feel free to ask any questions you have at that time. Now that all that has been said, thank you for joining us, and the presentation is now all yours, Gene.
That's great, Jade. Thank you very much. And hey, everybody, thank you for joining us. As Jade has said, we're going to go for about, 35 minutes, 40 minutes or so. I have a lot of really great information to share with you. But as I'm talking and as we're going along, feel free to post some questions. You can click on the Q&A button that's right there on your screen in the panel. Jade is going to be accumulating those questions, and if we have any, we'll leave some time at the very end and I can go through them. Also, you'll see at the end of my presentation, I will leave you with my contact information as well. So if you want to get a hold of me afterwards, you certainly can. So as you can see from like the main screen here that you're on, I do a lot of writing. I get up early in the morning. I write every day for the Washington Post on mostly small business topics and public policy, but I write every week for Forbes magazine on technology topics. I write every week for Entrepreneur magazine, Inc. magazine, and the Huffington Post as well as contribute to foxnews.com and foxbusiness.com, and all on business management and technology related topics. My company, the Marks Group PC, is a 10-person company. We're way on the other side of the country from, I think, most of you who are probably viewing this if you're in the Northwest region. We're in Philly, and what we do, you can tell I'm from Philly by how fast I talk, right? We sell sales and marketing technologies. We have about 600 active clients, and we implement certain technologies, databases, and apps and technology to help them do better and generate more sales, get more leads, grow their revenues. And that's what this webinar is all about. All I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you 3 big trends that's going on. This is just based on what I'm seeing out there, what my clients are doing, what they're thinking of doing, where they're spending their money and their time. So for your business, as you're growing it and you're thinking of making some investments, these are the hot technologies that are out right now in 2017. So get ready to write down and take a lot of notes. You know, this webinar, by the way, will also be archived as well, so you can always go back and look at it. So you ready? Let's jump into it. Let's look at our first big trend. And the first big trend is CRM, customer relationship management. Business owners, when I say need CRM, CRM is a $16 billion industry. That was what it was in 2016 and projected to grow 15% in 2017. So first of all, what exactly is a CRM system and why is it so important for you and your business? A CRM system is nothing but a database. That's all it is. And it's a database that's usually in the cloud. Most of the popular CRM applications are online and cloud-based. And in this database, you are going to have everybody and anybody that touches your business. That is prospects, customers, vendors, suppliers, partners, your dentist, your barber, whoever it is, they're all in your database because these databases can grow can grow into a big size. And what you're going to make sure when you're using a CRM system is that you're going to make sure that it's your core and key system for doing your sales and marketing. And if you're really good, you would use it for service as well. But this is a sales and marketing conversation. Now, if you're using your CRM system really well, you're going to get 3 big benefits out of it. The first big benefit is that nobody will fall through the cracks with a good CRM system, which means that everybody has got some type of follow-up. Every prospect, every customer, you've got an action you're scheduling to give them a call, to send an email. Maybe it's somebody you met at a conference. Maybe it's somebody that you sent a quote to and they said no, but you still want to follow up with them 6 months later because you never know. So everybody has got some type of follow-up scheduled with the CRM system. Remember, CRMs integrate with your calendar, they integrate with your email system. Even if they're part of a newsletter list, they're getting some kind of touching from you. That's what you use a CRM system is to make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. That's the first benefit. The second benefit is that nobody in your company looks like a dope with a good CRM system. Remember, everybody, if they're using it the right way, they're tracking their activities, they're taking notes, they're sending their emails, it's going into the CRM system, they're completing calls, they're completing appointments. So if anybody calls your office, whoever picks up the phone looks at that person's record and they're like, oh yes, Mrs. Jones, good to speak with you. I see that John spoke with you last week about this question. I want to make sure he answered it. I understand you're using this product of ours. How do you like it? That's good. I see your son's getting out of prison next month. Congratulations. Whatever you're tracking in your CRM system is good for everybody. We are all sharing that information, and clients, customers, they want to know, they want to feel like they're part of your family, that they're not being ignored. That's what a good thing is about a CRM system. So nothing falls through the cracks. Everybody's on the same page. No one looks like a dope. And number three, a good CRM system will build value in your business. When I look at your company, if I ever one day wanted to purchase your company or buy your company from you, and you're like, hey, besides my customers or my property or my this and my that, I have this CRM system here, Gene, and in this CRM system, this is everybody that we do business with, all of our follow-ups, all of our activities, all of our notes. I'll pay you extra for that. In 2017, big data means big value. So a good CRM system also provides value to your business. Now, these are some of the leading products that you want to look at in CRM. There's many great CRM systems. I only just plucked out a few that you should consider. Sage CRM is great if you use a Sage product. Salesforce.com is one of the more well-known CRM systems out there. They're sort of the granddaddy of CRM. And Salesforce.com, they're the most expensive as well. They're about $125 a month a user. So cloud-based, expensive, but super, super powerful. They're kind of like the BMW of CRM systems. Now, Microsoft has their own CRM system called Dynamics. Dynamics is as little as $40 a month per user. And what's really nice about Dynamics is that if you're using Outlook, it's built right inside of Outlook, as well as having a browser interface and a mobile interface and all of that. And it integrates with all the Microsoft products as well. So that's very popular. Zoho, I love. Zoho, we call that the poor man's Salesforce.com. So maybe that's more up your alley. And that ranges anywhere from $20 to $50 a month a user, depending on the version that you want to buy of Zoho. The most popular one is $35 a month a user. Zoho, great mobile app, great browser interface, very customizable, very popular, particularly for smaller and medium-sized companies. And finally, Insightly is excellent. Insightly integrates well with Google, great little interface, very easy to use, about $20 a month a user. Those are just some of the great CRM systems that are out there. Very quickly, if you're going to get a CRM system, just make sure you abide by these three laws, please. Number one, always have an administrator, always have somebody that's in charge of the system, always have somebody that knows the database real well and is an expert in the system. So, make sure that you have somebody that's in charge of that. That's number one. Number two, if you are going to get a CRM system, make sure you have buy-in from your top management. If you've got more than yourself, everybody's got to live it and adopt it as a culture. And finally, number three, make sure you've got good reports with your CRM system. I mean, in the end, a CRM system is nothing more than just data. It's just a database. So you want to make sure that you've got good reports. And having good reports is very, very important to just make sure that everybody is using your CRM system. So, make sure that you've got some good reports set up. I can always make some recommendations. So it's, you want to make sure that you do that. Those are the three laws that you want to comply with when you get a CRM. So sales and marketing technologies, to me, that is the core and the most important sales and marketing technology that you can have to get yourself started. The first big trend, business owners need CRM. They are buying, they are investing in CRM, they're growing their businesses with CRM systems. Now, the second big trend you want to be aware of is about marketing and service, because marketing is a service. Marketing is education. In 2017, with your audience that you're reaching out to, particularly the growing audience of the millennial generation, those are the people between the ages of 18 and 34 years old, people don't like to be sold to anymore. They want to be educated, and you want to make sure that you are providing the right type of education to be touching your prospects, your customers, and your clients. You cannot put a gun to somebody's head and say to them, hey, it's time for you to start buying from me right now. You can't do that. All you can do is make sure that you're touching your customers frequently enough so that when it does come time for them to buy something from you or consider something from you, they think about you first. They think about what you guys do and what your product is. So when you talk about education and service, there's some great technologies available to help you educate and provide that information to your community and to your audience. Of course, there's email, right? I mean, email is very inexpensive. Constant Contact is like $50 a month for like 5,000 emails that you can send. MyEmma's great, Aweber, MailChimp. There's a bunch of really good emails, that are out there that are very, very good. Whoops, excuse me. So, you just want to make sure that you're using your email systems to the right benefit for yourself. Some tips on email, by the way. When you are sending emails out, no longer are we in an environment where you're blasting out emails to a number of customers. You send one email out to your entire audience. Today's marketers, they are always all about segmenting your database. So you use your CRM system. You might have, during the course of a month or during the course of a quarter, you might have 10 or 15 different email lists. People don't want to get emails from you if they're irrelevant. They will delete them. Now we get too much content, too much noise in our faces. It is better to have an email list with 10 people on it where all 10 people are going to read it, rather than having an email list of 1,000 people where only 2 people are going to read your emails. You've got to use your CRM systems, segment your database down to that specific target audience that will be interested in your emails, create that newsletter, create that messaging, and then send it out every month, every quarter, every 6 months. It'll depend on the list that you create, how you segment your database. Some people want to hear from you more often than not. So email marketing, very, very important to do. And by the way, the only way it really works well is if you do it consistently. If you don't think you can do email marketing consistently, hire somebody to help you. Bring on an assistant, bring on a part-timer, get some kid from college to help you out. That's the only way that you can really succeed with good email. Now, besides email, there's printing. Printing is not certainly out of style, not by a long shot. My best clients still send out postcards and letters and mailers to their audience. So, having a printing, campaign is very, very good to do. Vistaprint, PrintPlace, 2 excellent ones. Felt app is an online app for iPads to send out just cards and thank yous, or use your local print shop. Vistaprint, to give you an example, to send out a nice postcard is about $1 a postcard, including postage. So for $1 or $1.10, you have your list of 100 or 500 postcards you want to send out. You create your list from your CRM database. You send out those postcards, and you do it consistently every month to make sure people are getting the message and they are hearing from you. Now, there's voice. Now, there are, again, this is not robocalling. We're talking about educating. Some people in 2017, they're like, do not email me. Do not send me any postcards. I want to hear, call me if something comes up. Leave me a message. I'm still a phone person. VoiceShot is a bulk voice calling service. So you can record the message. You can then create a list on VoiceShot by uploading an Excel spreadsheet, and then you just hit a button and it blasts out that message to everybody on that list. It makes phone calls, one after the other, 5 cents a call to everybody that's on that list. So if we're having a price increase, we've got tickets available to a baseball game, where we're introducing a new product, just want to let you know. VoiceShot is a great service that will let you do that, and grows for a whole bunch of people all at one time. And then there's texting. Again, this is 2017. This is the world of a millennial generation. Younger people are communicating via text. And when they're communicating via text, you can use a service like the Tango or Betwixt. And what the Tango Betwixt will do is you upload a spreadsheet of people that say, listen, don't email me, don't call me. If you get something you want to say to me, send it to me via text. Track that in your CRM system. Generate a list of all the people that want to be hearing from you, but only by text message. upload that list to a spreadsheet via a spreadsheet from your CRM system to Tango or Bitwexts. It's usually about 5 cents a text. Out it goes. Everybody is notified that way via text messaging. Now, there are other ways that you are servicing and educating your customers and your prospects and all the people that are in your community. Of course, there's, social media. We know that. I mean, Facebook and Twitter, and of course, using CRM as your customer service system as well is very important. But there's, a lot of people now are providing more customer service and interaction via Facebook and Twitter. Now, this is not a social media conversation. I don't consider Facebook and Twitter and even LinkedIn to be technologies. It's more than just cultures. And we can have another presentation standalone on the best practice and best uses of social media applications. But just bear in mind that some of these applications are very, very good for providing the best customer service to your clients. Just like when you look at Zendesk and Zopim. Zopim is a chat software off your website. So people are visiting your website and they have a question, it pops up an automatic chat window, and then people can ask that question and you can assign who in your office is answering those questions when people hit your website. It's all about customer service and servicing to provide the education for your products. You've got to be on demand, following up immediately with your customers, and these are all technologies that will help you do that. Social review sites are very important to making sure that you're staying in touch with your customers as well. The most popular ones, Yelp, Angie's List, and YP. YP is the former Yellow Pages. They have something like 20 million unique visitors to their site every month. So your business should be listed on all three. If you're some type of a service business, a restaurant, a merchant, and somebody should be watching and keeping track of any type of conversations, any type of questions, any type of reviews, good or bad, and making sure that you're following up with them and responding and engaging your customers that way. That's the kind of service that people are making when they're trying to make sure that they're touching into their clients. And then we talked about earlier some ways to communicate by print. I mentioned FellTap before, but FellTap and LucidPress, the reason why I mentioned FellTap again along with LucidPress is excellent online services for just sending thank you cards. You literally go to their website, you sign up. Again, I think it's like $1 a card or something. You can customize what you want your card to say. You type it out, you say thank you. Then in the mail, people get an actual card mailed to them. And it means a lot to a lot of people. I mean, mail is far from dead. It certainly has its meaning for all ages. And it's a good way to just sort of stay in touch with your customers, or at least showing that you care. Now, we talked about emailing. We talked about texting. We talked about voice. We talked about print. We talked about using some of these social media services for, to provide better service, social review services, cards that you're going to send out. Big technology in 2017 and 18 is podcasts and videos as well. So we have podcasts and videos. So let me talk to you a little bit about that. Facebook, for example, has 8 billion video views a day. Most of my clients right now are getting into videos. The generations are coming up now are consuming videos more so than written content. 80% of the internet in the next 2 to 3 years will be driven by video content. You have got to be using video technology as a marketing technology to grow your business. Now, when you look at live events, they don't necessarily have to be live. So Google Hangouts is an excellent platform for streaming live an event. Twitter Periscope will do the same. Facebook video and Meerkat used to be, but it's becoming less popular since Twitter's purchase of Periscope. But those are some great examples of some live formats to do videos. Now, you can do live events, but all of those platforms will allow you to pre-record videos and stream them at a later time. So if you have a good and active Facebook page, you don't have to do Facebook Live all the time. You can pre-record a Facebook video and then stream it as if it were live. Here's the thing though, no matter what business that you're in, you should be committing to using a video platform at least once a month. And when I mean once a month and what you're going to say, it's not that tough. If you look at some of my other clients in some of the more boring industries that we serve, people that distribute pipes, people that are landscapers or roofers, they've got training videos that they can provide to their community. They've got videos that shows off the work they've done. They've got videos that provide certification for other people in their industry. They do videos where they interview customers and clients and asking them, how they use their products or their services in their business. They have videos where they interview people internally in their business, customer service people or sales people, just giving their own advice on how to close a deal or what's important for customer service. The videos themselves, they could be 10 to 15 minutes long. You can have a kid from a local college, a marketing kid that you hire for 10 bucks an hour, and you give them a camera and you say, kid, I'm going to make you a star. Every month, I want you to have a 15-minute video that highlights some of the stuff that we are doing in our company, and you help them with the content. When that student or when that person records the video, if they do it in advance, very easy to edit, and then you can publish on the social media platform where you may or may not be most active. So if you're a Google person, great. If you're a Facebook person, that's great. You can then stream them as a live event if you want. The trick with videos is that when you're done doing the video, make sure that you've created a YouTube page for your company, post that video to your YouTube page, and you would be surprised at how many people go back and look at those videos. Hundreds of people might be coming to look at your video. And who are these people? These are customers. These are prospective customers. These are prospective employees. People like to see videos of companies to get a feel of their culture and their personality. Do I want to work for this company? Oh, there's a dozen videos of their customers or their customer service manager or their salesperson talking. Let me see these videos and see what kind of a company this is. Or do I want to do business with this company? Let me look at those videos. Videos themselves are extremely important from a marketing standpoint to grow your visibility and to show people what kind of a culture your company has. And the platforms are free. The only cost that you're going to have to invest is the cost of a person who's actually going to be doing that work. Now, besides videos, by the way, be aware of doing podcasts. Many, many people listen to podcasts. You can create a professional podcast for your business, for your industry, using CAST, C-A-S-T. It's an online, great, very, very professional podcasting service that's done online. You can post your podcast to SoundCloud, Audio Boom, or iTunes, and you can promote it. Now, maybe you do a podcast once a month. And what is that podcast? Well, the podcast itself is, could be something about your industry, something about that separates you as a thought leader, something that's going on that's connected to your business that you might have a 10 or a 15-minute conversation about. Maybe you use that podcast to interview somebody, but maybe you use it to bring in an industry expert and talk to them about certain issues and things that are going on. Maybe it is it's something that is not pertaining specifically to any products or services that you sell, but it is related to something else that you do. You want to make sure that your podcasts themselves have some connection to your business. And when you're doing your podcast, you're going to treat it as its own radio show. You can promote it before, you can talk about it after, you can build interaction to it, you can advertise it in your newsletters or in your social media interactions. All of that you can absolutely do as part of your podcast. People listen to this stuff. People will go back and hear it, and it's a great thing that you can use to talk about. So live events using videos or pre-recorded events, podcasts, big marketing technologies in 2017. Now, I can't go away without just sharing with you just some hacks, okay? Just if you're generating content, these are some really cool apps and technologies that I think that you'll like because I have a lot of clients that are using them. For example, Placeit is a really cool little app that will put you into a stock image. which is really fun. So if you're sending out a newsletter, you know how you can get a stock image from any one of a number of different sites where these beautiful people are in an office discussing something really important. Well, you can then superimpose you or people from your company into that picture. So you can be one of the people talking with those other beautiful people discussing that really interesting thing. Funny to look at, attracts attention, and it's kind of cool to put into a newsletter. Piktochart, if you ever want to send out a newsletter, or if you're big into social media and you want to show some kind of a graphic, that will create an infographic automatically for you based on some type of data that you give it to. So it's free. It's excellent. Trello is a project management platform if you have multiple people that are providing content for your database, for your website, for your social media platforms. It's a good place to kind of consolidate it all. And subject line. Subject lines are so important when you're sending out emails. When I write articles for Forbes or whatever, clearly the ones that get the most looks, the most eyeballs, are the ones that have the best titles, the best subjects, right? I mean, that's what grabs you when you're online. It's the same with emails. If you just send out an email that it's just like Acme Umbrella Corporation newsletter, nobody's going to read it. But if you send out an email that says, why you will get cancer if you don't have an umbrella, click here, that kind of stuff, it does attract audience. So when you do an email that you want to send out to a bunch of people and you're trying to attract attention, subject line will analyze that email based on patterns and algorithms and keywords and things that are popular in pop culture and give you like a rating and let you know just how good and attractive it is. Now, if you're into blogging, and you're doing blogs for your company and you're looking to, sort of create different content, there's a couple cool blog hacks you should know of. If you're looking for people to do blogs for you, Contently is a great place to find professional bloggers. Yes, you will pay them, but these are people that are trained to blog and write. You can give them just any kind of topic that you want. They'll do the research, they'll do the writing on your behalf, and you can delegate work to them. Outbrain, if you want to pay, you write a blog and then you can buy through Outbrain exposure for your blog on all different news services. So if you would like your blog, if you think your blog is so excellent, like what you've written is so insightful and intelligent that you'd like it to really get some traction all around the internet, well, if you go to Outbrain, they will propagate your blog for a fee to all the different sort of news services and news feeds that are online. And who knows, CNN or Fox News or MSNBC or somebody might pick up your story or pick up your blog because it is that interesting. Outbrain, they'll never find it otherwise. Outbrain is the service that gets your content out there that can potentially be found. LinkedIn Authors is also a great place. If you want to, again, get exposure for yourself, you can be very, very, busy and very productive on LinkedIn. Big community that's out there. And if you've got a good following on LinkedIn as well, you can attract some eyeballs to the posts that you write on LinkedIn. Finally, if you're big into social media, I've got 4 social media hacks for your Facebook page, for your Twitter, or for your LinkedIn. For starters, there's Socito. Socito is a little application that provides workflow to your Facebook or your Twitter pages. So if you, depending on what you post, if somebody replies or comments or engages in a certain way, Socito can automatically reply back to them or post back to them. So if somebody is interested in a product that you sell or had a good comment on something that you wrote or whatever, Socito can actually alert you of it, respond automatically, almost it uses like artificial intelligence to actually engage with a person on there and get it to a certain level and to alert you and say, hey, this might be a bona fide prospect for you. Hootsuite is one of those applications that you manage all your social media content. So, if you've got Facebook, you've got Twitter, you've got LinkedIn, maybe you've got a couple of Facebook pages or a couple of Twitter pages, you put it all in Hootsuite, and then when you post one message, boom, it goes out to every platform all at once. You can do it, and then you can track the metrics on it and see what kind of activity that it's getting. Likealizer is a free service that will scan your Facebook page, give you comments and a rating and suggestions for improving the likability of your Facebook page, how good it is, and if there's anything that's missing, and make suggestions to see and make sure that your Facebook page is in good shape. And finally, the creepiest app of the year is Charlie. What Charlie does is if you're using Google and the Google Calendar, it will look at your Google Calendar, and every day at like 6 a.m., you will get an email from Charlie that will go and give you a biographical sketch of all of the people that are on your calendar for that day. So if I had a calendar, items had an appointment set up with Jade Garcia, then what Charlie will do is it will then Google around and find out everything about Jade Garcia and the Better Business Bureau. And then that morning of my appointment, it'll say, hey, you're meeting with Jade. Here's some things that you should know about Jade, and give me all sorts of incredibly personal and private information about Jade. No, I'm just kidding, not that personal and private, but whatever is available online publicly. And the idea there is to kind of prep you for any kind of meetings or calls or things that you've got coming up. So those are some hacks, both for social, for blogs, for content. Those are some of my thoughts on making sure that you're using video to stream content, podcasts, using certain services for customer service, and using email, text, voice, and print to educate your community. So that was the second biggest trend. It's not just CRM, but it's marketing, but it's education. And there are some great tools, as you've seen, that are out there to help you do just that. Remember, it's all driven from your CRM system. Now, I have one final trend, and then we'll go to Q&A. And that final trend is this. You have got to have a mobile data and advertising strategy for your business. You have got to figure out if you are selling things online or looking for leads online or want to have a connection online. You have got to make sure that you've got a good strategy for doing just that. So what are some of the strategies that are there? There are buy buttons. Facebook, Twitter, and Google. Twitter is actually getting out of that business, by the way. So let's just say Facebook and Google have buy buttons. If you're selling stuff online and you've got a website where you're selling stuff, well, if you've got an active Facebook page, you need to be investigating Facebook's buy buttons, because right from a Facebook post, you can create a buy button where people can buy and pay for their goods that they're purchasing from you without ever having to go to your website. Because you know that when people get redirected to your website, there's a percentage of them that you lose for whatever reasons. Here, you don't lose them. They're just buying it right off your Facebook page. Same thing with Google. If you're big into Google ads, instead of driving people back to your website, you can put a buy button right into a Google ad. So they don't even have to go to that extra step. You don't even have to risk losing that potential customer. Look into buy buttons if you're looking, because if people are doing this from their phones, they're doing this from their iPhones, they want it quick and easy, and those are the things that people are looking to use to do. If you're using Pinterest, which is another very popular social media site, look into Cinematic Pin. That way, when you have any type of posting that you have, you can turn it into a movie. And as a user scrolls their mouse over that, the movie runs as a little type of little mini video to give even more information and content to the user. Because remember, like I said before, it's all about videos. You can get carousel ads. Ask Google Ads about that when you go to look at people placing an ad on Google Ads, or if you're using another online advertising service. When people are hovering their mouse over the ad, it then spins and shows more pictures and photos about the product that you are trying to sell. If you like Google, Google has a service called Local Inventory. So if you sign up for that service, you can place you can make sure that when people are looking for certain inventory and it's a localized thing, maybe you're selling a car, maybe you're selling food, maybe you're selling some type of custom product, it will target people more towards their local resellers rather than just anybody online, because people like to buy locally. So research Google Local Inventory and get yourself listed there. Vessel is a way you can talk to your advertising agency about 4-second ads, very quick video ads. And finally, there's something called Google 360 View. When you bring people out to do, you have a store, you want people to see it, they're on Google Maps. Well, if you hire a Google photographer, and again, you can research this on Google, it's a few $100. They will take 360-degree photos of your place of location. And when they do, you can then post that to your Google Maps or include it with your Google profile, your business profile, so when people click on your store, they not only get the storefront picture, but they can go inside your store. And then they can do the whole 360-degree, look-see of what your store is and your products with zooming as well. It is really cool. You're trying to stay ahead of the competition. That's the kind of like ad and buying technology that really smart online resellers are using right now. Now, if you want to improve your brand, you need to optimize your website. Make sure that you've got mobile websites. Look at services like Duda Mobile, GoDaddy, and other ISPs provide this. Yodel provides that. People are searching from their mobile devices. All mobile devices, the search engines are looking for mobile optimized sites. If your site has not been optimized for mobile, you will be losing out on visitors and potential business. Also, there's something called Notcoms. A great service called Donuts provides all of these different domains, and this is just an example. I only went up to the D's. All of these domains are now available on Donuts, which means that my company's name is Marks Group. It's marksgroup.net is my website. Well, we're a computer service firm. We do technology. So if I wanted to, I could change my website to marksgroup.computer. Maybe I'm a coffee shop, and I'm a coffee shop somewhere in the Portland area, and I want to have my website have coffee in it. It can be, Jeans liquid.coffee. So if you have these kind of words within your name, you can incorporate it right into your domain. And that way you're not telling people, well, it's .com, it's .net, it's .biz, it's .org. These are the actual domain names that you can use, and you can get them from this service called Donuts. Look at Donuts and look at all the domain names that are available. Very, very quick way and a fun way and a unique way to get people to come directly to your website. Now, bear in mind, and then we'll turn it over to Q&A as well, Yahoo and Bing right now, they represent 29% of US searches, 149 million unique searches a month, 5.2 billion total searches a month, right? 70% of these searches are coming from big ads from iOS, because Bing is the search engine behind certain things like web search, iOS, and Siri. Remember, Apple competes with Google, so they use a lot of Microsoft technology. I know it's an intertangled world. The reason why I tell that to you is because I want you to get listed. And when you get listed, I want you to make sure that you are going to Google My Business and Bing Places for Business, Yahoo for Business, Local Vox, and YP. Take a few hours out, update or create a detailed directory listing for your business, because that way, if people are searching for products that you sell or who you are or a certain location, they're using their iPhone, they're using Google Maps, they're just on regular Google, or maybe they're going to YP, for example. Your business is more apt to be found if you are listed with all keywords and descriptions on these ad and search engine directories. Go and spend a few hours and do that now. That is a very, very important type of sales and marketing technology that will help drive more business to your company. Okay, so these are the three big trends that we've talked about, and we'll see if we've got some questions here. You got to get a CRM system this year. Remember, $16 billion industry. CRM is something, it's just a database. Nothing will fall through the cracks. Everybody will be on the same page. Lots of great CRM systems out there like Zoho, Salesforce, Sage, Insightly, Microsoft. Got to get a CRM system this year. Remember that marketing is not about selling, it's about education. Use email tools, texting tools, printing tools, mass voice calling tools. Make sure you're getting social reviews. Make sure you're using video streaming services. Consider a podcast. You want to educate your audience, your community. These are all prospects. Give them good information. They'll come back to you when the time is right and they are ready. And finally, you need a mobile data and advertising strategy, right? So, there are so many great tools that are out there to help you find people, but also have them to come to you. Making sure you've got buy buttons if you're selling on Facebook. Check out Google Local Inventory to find those local customers. Get a Google 360-degree view. Get that domain name that really speaks more to what your business is, not just .com, but maybe .business or .boutique or .church, whatever that you are. These kinds of things, they build your brand and they drive more visitors and make more opportunities for you. These are all different trends that are going on right now to make sure that you're growing your business. These are the technologies that I'm seeing my clients use today. So, boy, I've been talking for a long time, Jade, haven't I? I guess it's your turn to jump in now. I'm not sure if we got any questions or not, but we got a few minutes left over. What do we got going on?
Yeah, thanks, Jean. So I would like to open it up now for Q&A. To submit your question, type your questions in the questions box of your webinar tool. And then we would also like to know if you have found this information in this webinar to be helpful. So please take a brief moment to answer the poll and let us know. And then I will start reading the questions as they come in. If you do have any further questions later on after the webinar, feel free to contact me and also Jean. And if you contact me, I will get those over to Jean and have them answered.
And I've got my contact information up there as well, so feel free to email me directly if you'd like. You know, and that way you feel free to any types of questions about these technologies that I talked about or any other recommendations.
Yeah, so thank you all for participating in today's webinar. And thank you again, Jean, for taking the time to speak with us. This webinar, as I said before, will be posted on BBB's YouTube page, as well as BBB's webinar homepage next week if you'd like to rewatch or share this information with others. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please feel free to contact Jean via his Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, or his email address, or you can always contact BBB with any further questions at 206-431-2227.
Thanks, everybody.